Who doesn't love a little Christmas kitty? So sweet. Okay, so you know how we have like Elf on the Shelf or Santa Claus's naughty and nice list to keep the kids all safe and clean and nice and all that? Well, well, in Icelandic folklore from the 13th century, they have the Christmas kitty. Well, actually, the story wasn't really associated with the holidays until the 17th century. So the story goes a little something like this. There was once this little old woman who lived outside. And, you know, the elements and time, they really had not been kind to her. And out of desperation, she would go around knocking on doors, begging for help. And it wasn't that the townspeople were like cruel or mean or evil. They had a charitable spirit. But still, they got tired of her begging and ran her out of town. Probably with pitchforks and torches. I don't know. Because you see, what she was begging for was she was begging for all of the naughty children. She just wanted them to hand over their children, who may or may not have been naughty. Or had been naughty. But all children are naughty sometimes. I mean, I'm not a child, and I'm still naughty. So they chased her out of town, right? And she was forced to spend the rest of her life living in mountain caves. Gryla, meaning growler, was her name. And she was an ogress, or a troll, with an appetite for the flesh of naughty children that she could cook up in her cauldron and eat them for dinner. And to be fair to the townsfolk, like, if someone was knocking at my door begging to, you know, cook up my children for dinner, I would probably run them out of town too. Just saying. The Gryla had a hunched back with spikes growing out her spine, the horns of an antler, long, dirty, matted fur. She just... Okay, so she didn't fit the beauty standard, okay? I mean, is it still okay to call her an ogre? Or a troll? I mean, you wouldn't want to be a troll now, would you? But nonetheless, she was wed. And her husband was, I mean, unlike Fiona and Shrek, she was, well, her husband was much more handsome than she, but he was also incredibly lazy. Like, he literally did absolutely nothing except for pump 20 babies into her belly. You know, that's really all he did. And since he did nothing, he has nothing to do with the story, and this is the last time we will mention him. So 13 of her children were little lads. Now, they may have loved berries and cream in the summertime, but this is a winter's tale. So, her boys would become to be known as the Yule lads, and they had a predisposition for the 3 M's: mischief, mayhem, and murder. So on the 13 days before Christmas, all the townsfolk would put their shoes on the windowsill with care, in hopes that the little lads would fill them with presents and not rotten potatoes. How do you like your potatoes? I like all potatoes. But every time my partner and I, we go out to eat, he always orders mashed potatoes. And I never order mashed potatoes, and then I end up eating all of his mashed potatoes because I love mashed potatoes. I really need to start remembering to order my own mashed potatoes. But in all honesty, I'm not at all particular. I love a potato. But if the little lads were to leave you a potato in your shoe, that meant you'd been naughty. And they were going to break into your house. And they would steal all of your leftovers and lick all your spoons. Which I guess was a far cry better than, you know, painting the town red with your blood. See, their mother, Gryla, she would come to town on Christmas Day. And she would snatch up all the naughty children And then she would stuff them in her sack and carry them home and make herself a nice little naughty child stew for Christmas dinner. Or maybe even a midnight snack. Finger licking good. What's your holiday meal? I mean, I think I'm going to have Taco Bell this year because, you know, Miss JG don't cook. I ordered for Friends Day, Family Day, Thanks Day, Thanksgiving, whatever you call it. I like to call it Family Day. Anyway, we I ordered one of those catered meals, like a prepaid or pre-made meal from the grocery store. Ugh, it was so awful. Yeah, half of us got sick. Not doing that again. So I guess Taco Bell wins. So festive. Several little kitties. I mean, some of them are young and some of them are old. But they're all just these little cute little murderous muffins. And their only Christmas wish is to take over the world. I think we should let them. Miss Gryla? Yeah. She had a kitty too. A nice little family pet. And while your kitty may be knocking the bulbs off your Christmas tree, my kitties don't do that. They don't care about the tree. But while your kitty may be doing that, Miss Gryla's kitty, he would go into town and he would sit there and he would watch all the passersby, judging them. Yeah, I mean, my cats judge me too. Like, I get it. And you know, he would look at the people, Miss Gryla's kitty, he would look at the people and judge them based on what they were wearing. Now, if they weren't dressed up in brand new clothes, looking their Christmas finest, well, they may not make it. I mean, I get it. I want new clothes for Christmas too, because fashion, duh. I have clothes like a dick. But the town folks, you see, they were mostly farmers. And, you know, farming is really hard labor. And it can do a number on your clothes. I mean, it will just wreck you from head to toe. So all of the farmers who got all of their work done on time would be gifted brand new clothes because they needed them, right? So you could tell who had been working hard and who had been lazy. And that's what the kitty was looking for. He was looking for the laziest of the bunch because they're sweeter and plumper and much more delicious. I trust you were all on the nice list. So I'm going to leave the comment section open for you to run and play. But remember, be nice. You never know when Miss Gryla might want to sick her kitty on you. Unless that's what you want. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Genevieve Gravel, and you've been watching Gigi Says What Now. If you're new here, I do hope you'll consider hitting that follow or subscribe button for me. I'm just an old lady on the internet that likes to talk trash about history, mythology, folklore, and tell short stories. Remember, I hope you have a very happy holiday, whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate anything, I wish you happiness and joy. Remember, you're valid, you're worthy, you're loved. Okay, bye. See you next time.